Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction to the final season of Game of Thrones. So I really like the premiere. I feel like the premiere was oddly not that devastating. Is that the right phrase? I guess. I don't know. I was really kind of bracing myself for, tears or whatever they might want to throw at me in the first episode, and that really didn't happen. And so now as every episode goes on, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be having more and more anxiety, but I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in this episode. Let's get started.
When I was a child, my brother would tell me a bedtime story about the man who murdered our father, who stabbed him in the back and cut his throat.
It's a terrible bedtime story.
Who sat down on the Iron Throne and watched. I don't see an army. I see one man with one hand.
Okay.
It appears your sister lied to me.
The things we do for love.
Woo! Oh no, that's awkward. Oh my god. Did she do this?
You don't know me well, Your Grace. Sir Jaime defended me. And lost his hand because of it. He armed me, armoured me, and sent me to find you and bring you home. Because he'd sworn an oath to your mother. You vouch for him. I do.
Brienne.
I trust you with my life. If you trust him with yours, we should let him stay.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Oh, Jaime, don't die. I mean, a lot of you in that room don't die, but oh no. Oh, great. Welcome to the awkward scene.
Why didn't you tell them?
You won't be able to help us in this fight if I let them murder you first.
Good point.
What about afterwards?
How do you know there is an afterwards?
Wow. That did not instill me with confidence, Bran.
Yes, here we are. Together again.
Wow.
Masses rejoiced. How do they feel about their new queen? She never fooled you. You always knew exactly what she was. You loved her anyway.
I think that's true.
Maybe after I'm dead, I'll march down to King's Landing and rip her apart.
Oh, Tyrion, I'm still listening to you.
I came to Winterfell because I'm not the fighter I used to be. But I'd be honored to serve under your command, if you'll have me.
Oh my god. I'm tearing up with this shit.
Lady Sansa, I was hoping we could speak alone.
All right. Now you two get along.
He never should have trusted Cersei.
Well,
You never should have either.
oh, bitch. Oh, bitch. Oh.
He loves you, you know that.
That bothers you.
Men do stupid things for women.
Now I'm here, half a world away, fighting Jon's war alongside him. Tell me who manipulated whom?
Who was the first?
Someone taller.
Damn. They're just shitting on Jon.
What about the North?
All right. Well, straight to the point.
Apologies, my lady.
Oh, man.
What is it?
I really wanted to hear the answer to that.
I want to fight for Winterfell, Lady Sansa. If you'll have me.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
I want to fight too.
Oh my god.
I'm going to be in the crypt with my son, and I'd feel a lot better with you down there to protect us.
I'm sure a lot of people would.
All right, I'll defend the crypt then.
Oh my god! That was such a sweet little interaction. Uh-oh. Is it Tormy? Oh. That's the best. I love him so much.
He'll never expose himself.
Yes, he will. He'll come for me. We need to lure him into the open before his army destroys us all.
Oh no.
I'll wait for him in the castle.
Oh boy.
I took this castle from you. Let me defend you now.
We'll hold off the rest of them for as long as we can.
There are thousands of them, and only one of you. You can't fight as well as they can, but you can think better than any of them. You're here because of your mind.
We're all going to die.
Well.
But at least we die together.
John keeps avoiding Dany like the plague right now.
Can you help?
He books it.
I'd like to see the beaches again.
Then I will take you there.
Oh my god.
My people are peaceful.
My people are not peaceful. We will protect you.
Oh my god. Ghosty!
It's only yet.
Where have you been?
And now our watch begins.
Oh.
Gilly, little Sam.
Everyone seems to forget that I was the first man to kill a White Walker.
That's
I've
right,
killed
Sam.
Thanes, survived the Fist of the First Men. You need me out there.
Well, if that's what it's come to, we really are fucked.
Calling you folk wouldn't be strictly accurate.
Oh, such a good shot.
The perils of self-betterment.
Oh.
Just a bit.
Oh my god, I love all four of these people so much!
Sedaros, join us.
Oh my god, oh, it gets better!
Figured I could.
Oh my god!
Balls off out there.
Oh my god, don't
I'll wait to die nice and warm in here.
It could be our last night in this world, you know?
Oh no.
Yes, well, I'm glad you're here.
This is everything I've ever wanted.
I killed the giant when I was 10. Then I climbed right into bed with his wife. When she woke up, suckled me at her teat for 3 months. Thought I was a baby. Maybe I will have that drink.
When was the last time you fought for anyone but yourself?
I fought for you, didn't I?
I'm not spending my final hours with you two miserable old shits.
Damn! Okay, Arya. Whoa!
We're probably going to die soon.
Oh my, what?
I ought to know what it's like before that happens.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. I'm just processing. I'm processing. Okay. Okay, moving on.
Women can't be knights.
Why not?
Tradition.
Fuck tradition.
Wow.
I don't even want to be a knight.
I'd knight you 10 times over.
Oh my god!
You don't need a king. Kneel, Lady Brienne.
Kneel. of the warrior. I charge you to be brave. Arise, Brienne of Tarth, a knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Of the Seven Kingdoms.
Oh my god, fuck. I don't know why I'm clapping with them, okay? I don't know why, but I am.
Yes, and I'd love to defend them with it. But I can't really hold it upright.
Your father, he taught me how to be a man.
Oh.
How to do what's right.
I'll wield it in his memory.
High in the halls of the kings who are gone, the ones she had lost,
is there anything that Padre can't do?
She had found, wanted to leave.
Oh, babies.
Never one.
Oh. Oh.
Lyanna Stark.
And he raped her.
He didn't. How she bled to death on her birthing bed was give the boy to her brother. Ned Stark. My real name is Aegon Targaryen. It's true, Danny. I know it is.
It is.
If it were true, it would make you the last male heir of House Targaryen.
That is what would that.
You'd have claim to the Iron Throne.
Yep. That right there. Yep. Now let's put this on pause. The Night King is coming to fuck up your night. God. Okay, can we just talk about how John literally waited until the last opportune moment to tell Dany, and he was like, you know, like right when they were like pretty sure that the Night King was gonna show up really soon. He's like, oh man, he's here, gotta go. Okay, so I have a little bit to say about that. So, well, okay. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people who basically would say something to the effect of, you know, it wasn't that interesting of an episode or whatever, because I feel like some fans have some trouble when it's not super action-y. But let me just say this. I loved this episode, and because, listen, I feel like the next episode people are gonna die. I feel like so many people are gonna die. It's the last season. We're gonna lose. Hey, you know how many characters we saw in this episode? We're gonna lose people. And this episode gave little moments to kind of say, now I don't know who we're gonna lose, but I assume some. And this episode did a really great job at giving little great moments to everybody that, you know, we've grown to love over the years, and gave them kind of some type of final moment or something. I'm gonna try my best to kind of to go through a few of them, and I hope I don't forget too much. But I just want to say I really adore Missandei and Grey Worm, and I think they are very underrated as characters, and I think they have one of the strongest romantic chemistries this show has. And I know that there's quite a few people who think that they're fairly forgettable or not the most, you know, intriguing characters. I get what you're saying with that, but I just have always adored them. And I just think their moments together are very sweet. And like I said, to me, there is an absolute undeniable chemistry between the two. Them kind of making plans past this, you know, is beautiful, also heartbreaking if one or both don't make it, you know. It's going to be very difficult. But I wanted to say that. Arya and Gendry, what? So I really, honestly, this is going to be the thing. I feel like almost every Game of Thrones reaction, I have something that I really want to hear your thoughts on. I really would love to hear what you guys think about that. Because obviously in the first couple of seasons, or season 2 particularly, and a bit of season 3, they always had a very sweet relationship between the two of them, but obviously she was a lot younger and a kid, and now she's not. You know, she's been through a lot, he's been through a lot, everybody's been through a lot. I'm okay with it. I think it's sweet. I think it's kind of the one person that Arya could really open up to in that way, that she trusts, you know what I mean? And that is something that it's very difficult to find, especially for Arya's character. And there's something just so beautiful about that. So I'll say that I think I was a little shocked that the show went there, though. I really didn't think they were going to. I thought they were going to have a couple sweet moments and that was it. But you know what? Go big or go home, right? I really I thought that it was sweet. And a very lovely, more, you know, even though it wasn't like the most romantic or in the sense, or in the traditional sense of the word, if you guys understand my meaning, I liked that it was a very wonderful and human moment for Arya. A lot of what we've seen Arya do in the past, obviously becoming no one, the faceless man, and all of that stuff has really kind of removed a lot of, you know, maybe I don't know any way to explain it other than a more human side of Arya. And I feel like he really kind of brought that out, and I liked that. Okay, one thing that I really do want to talk about is the conversation between Daenerys and Sansa. So just so you guys know, I really honestly may not go into the comment sections just yet. I don't know. Well, I'm going to see how I feel week by week, because Game of Thrones fans sometimes can be a bit crazy. Well, just, you know, like a little, like slightly crazy, and sometimes I just don't need to read a bunch of comments yelling at me about certain things or whatever. But I certainly, even if I wasn't really going into the comment section or whatever, I saw it, like, it just all over social media. People hating Daenerys, people hating Sansa, team Dany, team, I hate her, blah, 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 blah. Like, it was nuts everywhere. Okay, so I like that they're sitting down. And I talked about this in the last, video. I don't blame Sansa for having like trust issues and shit. You know what I mean? Like I really don't. And I also, you know, don't really blame Daenerys for having trust issues as well when it comes to working with all of these people that she doesn't really know that well. I think there's kind of, I think they're actually fairly similar characters, and they both kind of have this wall up. I personally think if they both survive, that's you know, how I have to phrase like pretty much all of my after episode thoughts for this episode is like, if they make it, I feel like they can learn to trust each other. I feel like they have good intentions, both, but I, you know, I will say the one thing that I saw that I found to be so interesting was when Theon came and he told Daenerys about his sister taking her ships back to take back the Iron Islands and everything, and he did that. I mean, she's the queen, and he addressed her, and then there was just this emotional reunion connection with Sansa. And I was emotional at that point, of course. I mean, they've been through a lot together, and you know, it's just, I swear, I feel like I'm tearing up just thinking about it. But they pan to Dany's face, and it just kind of really hit me in that moment that it's like, man, so many of these people have so many deep, profound, lifelong connections that Daenerys just can't grasp just yet. And it's not that she doesn't have those very deep connections with the people that she, you know, Grey Worm and Jorah, but I'm saying kind of the people of the North, the people, you know, that there's just a very deep rooted history that is probably very difficult for her to get a hold of. And I think that that's probably very frustrating for her. Probably why she's trying her best to kind of reach out. I mean, I gotta say, I gotta give Dany a lot of credit in the sense of, you know, there was an issue with her and Sansa, and she went right to the source. There was nothing other than that. She just went straight to Sansa, was like, all right, what's the issue? Let's try to figure this out. I think, I do hate that they got interrupted right when, you know, Sansa was like, okay, well, basically she was like, the crux of it is, what's going on with the North? You have to let me know. And so I don't know. I just really, I like their dynamic, and I know it feels like everybody else is like hating, like, and so, but I like the dynamic between the two. I really do. So I don't know. Maybe that makes me weird. Okay. The scene, well, the many characters in that, I cannot express to you guys how catered to me that scene where they were all drinking just meant to me. First of all, we started off with, you guys know how I feel. I have 3 favorite characters left, and all of their last names are Lannister. So if you guys are unaware, and I mean, you guys can come at me for Cersei, but I think she's Lena's a brilliant actress, and Cersei's a brilliant villain. So I mean, you can come if you want. But so obviously it was great to see some Tyrion and Jaime scenes. For me particularly, I really love them. I love their relationship as brothers, and just how, I mean, I really care deeply for the dynamics of House Lannister, and how I feel like, you know, the 3 siblings, I just have found their stories the most fascinating out of everybody. I'm just gonna blatantly say that. And so I was just really happy to see some interaction. And it just kept getting better and better. You know, Brienne and Pod show up. Adore those 2. And if I had to pick slots for my other favorites to make like a top 5, it would be Tormund and Davos. I was just like, oh my god, it keeps getting better and better. I love everybody in that room so much. And like, I was in that scene, and the scene where they were kind of coming up with a battle plan, where they were all around the table, and Bran was saying how the Night King was going to come for him. That scene, I could feel tears forming, and I didn't cry or anything, but I felt it kind of form, because I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I feel in my core, because, you know, it's final season, all bets are off, you know, that half or more of all of these people are not going to be around much longer. And it really, this whole episode had such a beautiful air of, this is our last night, and this is, you know, we're gonna make the most of it. I like that they gave a moment to Arya and the Hound. When he said, I fought for you. Oh, Jesus. So many beautiful, emotional moments with these characters. And I'm sure I'm forgetting some. I liked seeing Gilly. I liked that Jorah and Lyanna had a moment, and Sam and Jorah, just so many. Dany and Jorah had a beautiful moment, and you're just, I feel like this episode is just really sitting and kind of watching and holding your breath, like these characters are just, I don't know, just, it's really, so many brilliant characters, and I feel like next week's gonna be a bloodbath, and I feel like we're all gonna, I feel, even if you don't like some of the characters, and you know, not everybody likes everybody, and that's just the way the world works, I feel like all of us as Game of Thrones fans are going to lose somebody we care about next week. That's the feeling I'm getting. No matter who it, you know, no matter. But I think the last thing that I want to talk about is the moment between Jaime and Brienne. That absolutely was probably my favorite moment of the episode. It just means so much. And again, there's so much history. They've come so far. I keep saying that, and it's like a broken record, but I really believe that for those two characters, and the way that she stuck up for him in the beginning of the episode, and then him making her a knight is just beautiful. Their relationship is just something so endearing and heartwarming and like all of those lovey adjectives, but it's just so significant for Jaime. I would say for Brienne too, but very much for Jaime. I believe that Brienne played such a big part in Jaime's growth as a character, and I deeply love both of them. And I can't even express to you how many of these characters I do not want to lose next week. And it's gonna happen. So I need to prep myself now, but yeah, I'm really emotional about it, to be honest, but I hope, I can't even say I hope like so-and-so makes it, because I don't even think it's gonna happen. I really don't. So I just have to spend a whole week bracing myself for whatever the fuck is gonna happen next Sunday, and it's probably gonna be pretty brutal. Yeah, so I've ranted on long enough. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing me talk at this point. So next week I do believe I am gonna start. I'm gonna see how it goes, but there's a high chance that I'm gonna do a part 1 and a part 2 for the longer episodes. The first 2 episodes of this season were kind of a regular run time, so I stuck with, my regular format. So I might do a part 1, part 2. Let me know what you guys think about that. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.